morning, my dear students. In today's class, let us continue our lesson Anandi Gopal and autobiography. Okay, I hope you already read this story and autobiography of Anandi Gopal. Okay, this is a beautiful story and autobiography written by Anandi Gopal herself. So we already learned in our previous class the difference between an autobiography and biography. You remember? So what is the meaning of autobiography? Autobiography is the story of a person's life written by himself or herself, and biography is the story of a person's life written by somebody else. And this lesson is an autobiography written by Anandi Gopal, and we already learnt in our first class. Her first name was Yamuna Joshi. Okay, before her marriage, her name was Yamuna Joshi. So after her marriage, her name has changed to Anandi. Okay, Anandi Gopal it became because she got married to a person named Gopal Rao. Okay, and she was born on 31st March 1865 at Kalyan, Mumbai. Her first name was Yamuna Joshi and her husband's name was Gopal Rao. And after that, what happened? She got married at the age of 9 to a person, Gopal Rao, who was much elder than her. Okay, and she was born in a very orthodox family, and she was not allowed to go to school and get education and all. But after her marriage to Gopal Rao, who was a postal clerk, who was the ardent supporter of widow remarriage and child education, okay, or the girl education we can say. So because of that, in spite of being married at the age of 9, she got the support from her husband Gopal Rao, who supported her, who started to teach her at home only. So by that time, the child marriage was in practice. Okay, especially the girl children used to get married to some elderly person, especially. Okay, so here the same thing happened with the Anandi also, or the Yamuna also, but her husband was so much supportive to her, so that she could able to get some sort of basic education in the beginning. Okay, so after that he got transferred because of his government job. He got transferred to many of the places, and she got an opportunity to study further or to get more education, especially when they shifted to Calcutta. Gopal Rao got an opportunity to teach his wife. But what happened at the age of 14, she lost her newborn son because of the lack of medical facilities, as well as by that time the women were not allowed to go out of the house or speak with the maid. Okay, so because of that shyness, the women were not going to the hospitals to treat by the male doctors. Okay, so that thing was there. As a result, here Yamuna Joshi or Anandi Bai lost her first son. Here lost her son. So after this, or this incident made her to take a decision to become a doctor, and she was the first woman who went abroad to get higher education or to study medicine. Okay, and she became the first female doctor of our country, of our nation. So this incident made her to study medicine. Okay, she wanted to become a doctor after this incident. But this decision of Gopal Rao and Anandi Gopal, they faced so much of criticism. So many people in the society, their family, they started to oppose them for their decision of going abroad, because as I told you, by that time the women were not allowed to get higher education, or they were not allowed to go anywhere out of the house. Okay, most commonly in some of the orthodox families especially. Okay, but here both of them decided already that they should get higher education and all, but unfortunately Gopal Rao was unable to get the job there in USA. She wanted to go to USA to study medicine. She got the proper response from universities of USA. Finally, here Mrs. Carpenter of Rossale, she agreed to receive Anandi Gopal in USA and give her accommodation to stay with them and all, to give support to her and all. Finally, she went abroad, USA there, to get to study medicine in the university in USA. So up to here we studied in our previous class. Okay. So now let us move on to the remaining part of the lesson, Anandi Gopal and autobiography. So now students, I am going to read paragraph number 5. You have to open your book now, page number 27, paragraph number 5. Okay, you have to follow my reading carefully. Paragraph number 5. In America, there were many things that I thought were strange and many that the carpenters found strange about me. For example, the carpenters found it odd that I wouldn't sit down on a chair when Mr. Carpenter was in the room, as was the custom in India then, and I was astonished that they didn't bath every day. Other things like my clothes and my not eating non-vegetarian food was also very strange for them. Carpenter Maushi took care of me as if I were her own daughter. She cried like a child when she left me at the Women's College in Philadelphia. Here in America, after reaching America, there were so many strange things happened with the Anandi Gopal as well as Mr. Carpenter and Mrs. Carpenter also found some strange things about Anandi Gopal. There are some examples she had given here in her autobiography, that when Mr. Carpenter was sitting on the chair in the room, by that time here Anandi Gopal was not sitting in front of them. They found it very strange because it's a custom by that time in India that in some Orthodox families, as I told you, when the man of the house is sitting in the room on the chair or something, by that time the women of the house were not allowed to come in front of them. Okay, so if they want to come, they have to cover up their face with the sari pallu or what is that, we can shawl or something we can say. So here Anandi Gopal also here followed the same custom in America also. They found it strange. Okay, and here Anandi also astonished. Astonished means here surprised. She was surprised that these carpenter couples were not taking bath every day. Okay, so it was very strange for her. Other things like my clothes and my not eating non-vegetarian food was also very strange for them. So the sari she used to wear, it was a new type of cloth for the people, those who were staying in USA by that time. So it was very strange for them, and they also felt surprised that she's not eating non-vegetarian food. Okay, so it was, these are all the strange things they found each other. And here Carpenter Maushi means here aunt, took care of me as if I were her own daughter. So Carpenter means Mrs. Carpenter was taking care of her so lovingly like her own daughter. She cried like a child when she left me at the Women's College in Philadelphia. Finally, when she shifted to her Women's College at Philadelphia to study medicine, she used to stay there in the hostel. Okay, by that time Mrs. Carpenter cried like a child. Okay, so much of love she had towards Anandi Gopal here. Okay, so this is the explanation of paragraph number 5. Now let us move on to paragraph number 6. The superintendent and the secretary of the college were very kind. They were impressed that I had come to study from so far away, braving poverty and opposition from my people. They even offered me a scholarship of $600 for the 3 years. Okay, the superintendent, the head of or the secretary of the college, they were very kind and they were very much impressed about me. Means here Anandi Gopal, who came to study to study there in USA, in Philadelphia, from such a far place, from India, in spite of having poverty and opposition from her own people. So she faced so much of with the only intention of studying medicine. Okay, they even offered her a scholarship of $600 for 3 years. Okay, so they were very kind towards Anandi Gopal as she came from India, from such a far place, only with the only intention of getting education in medicine to become a doctor, so that she can go back to India and to serve all those poor women there who were not allowed to come out and meet the doctor, especially the male doctors over there. So her only intention was that. Okay. Now, paragraph number 7. The room that was provided to me at the college did not have a proper fireplace. The fireplace emitted a lot of smoke when lit, so it was a choice between smoke and coal. I tried to get another place, but that was not possible as no one was ready to rent a place to a brown Hindu girl trying to be a doctor. After about 2 years in that place, I had started having a constant temperature and cough. Well, living in an alien culture, weather was always going to be difficult and I was ready to face it. Here in paragraph number 7 she writes, the room means she started to live in a hostel. Okay, the room that was provided to me at the college did not have a proper fireplace. So what is the meaning of fireplace here? A structure made of brick or stone to contain a fire, okay, for heating a room. If there is extreme cold in such houses, in such places, in such houses, if they have the fireplace, they lit a fire inside the room only, okay, which will be made out of brick or stone to contain a fire, to lit a fire, to burn a fire, okay, for heating a room. Okay, there was no proper fireplace in her room. The fireplace emitted a lot of smoke when lit. Here, emit means here give out, okay, discharge or give out enough smoke. When you lit a fire, it gives out smoke. Okay, the smoke used to go through the chimney provided there, but because of some problem, it was the room will be filled with the smoke. So that's why it was a problem for her. So it was a choice between smoke and cold. So I tried to get another place, but that was not possible as no one was ready to rent a place to a brown Hindu girl trying to be a doctor. She wanted to shift to some other room or to some other place, but nobody in US also were ready to give her room to stay there for a brown Hindu girl who wanted to become a doctor, who was trying to become a doctor. Okay, so she did not get any other room to stay, so she decided to continue in the same room. After about 2 years in that same room or in that same place, I had started having a constant temperature and cough. Here, constant means continuously. So she continuously started to get fever and cough. Okay. Well, living in an alien culture, weather was always going to be difficult and I was ready to face it. It was an alien culture for her. The place, food or the people, everything is alien. Alien means the new thing. Or if you are living in India, the people come from abroad, they were aliens to you. Their way of living, their culture, their traditions, it's different. If you go to abroad, it will take some time to us to settle over there, to adjust with the weather, to adjust with the food, to adjust with the language or the people over there. Okay, so here alien culture, weather was always going to be difficult. It's very difficult to adjust to the weather, especially when you go to some foreign countries. Okay, and I was ready to face it. But here she didn't lose hope. She was ready to face all the difficult situation because her only intention was to get the medical degree. Okay, and she succeeded in that also in spite of getting continuous fever and cough here, children. So this is the explanation of paragraph number 7. So now let us move on, paragraph number 8. My health was severely affected by my stay there. After around 2 years in the USA, I had sudden spells when I used to feel very faint and get a high temperature. The cough never left me. By the end of the 3 years, my condition had worsened. I somehow scraped through the final exams. At the convocation, when my husband was present, it was announced that I was the first woman doctor of India and got a standing ovation for that. It was one of the most rewarding moments of my life. Day by day, I grew worse and nothing worked. My husband then admitted me to the women's hospital in Philadelphia. I was then diagnosed as having tuberculosis, but the disease hadn't yet reached my lungs. The doctors advised me to go back to India. So as we told you, the weather was not supportive to her and her health was severely affected her stay over there in USA. Okay. After around 2 years in the USA, I had sudden spells when I used to feel very faint and get a high temperature. She was affected by something and started to get a high temperature and started to faint too. The cough never left me. By the end of the 3 years, my condition had worsened. Her health became worse after 3 years, but somehow she could able to write the exams, complete the exams, and on the convocation day, where my husband was present, her husband Gopal Rao was present over there and was announced there while announcement, they said, I was the first woman doctor of India and got a standing ovation for her achievement because she traveled all the way from India only with the intention to become a doctor to serve her people when she go back to India, and because of her hard work and because of her effort, she got the standing ovation from the people who were present over there. It was one of the most rewarding moments of my life, she says here. Rewarding means providing satisfaction. It was the most satisfactory moment for both of them. Gopal Rao, who supported her to go and study abroad to get to become a doctor and all, and it was the most satisfactory moment for both of them. Day by day, but after that, day by day, I grew worse. Her health situation became worse and nothing worked. And finally, her husband admitted her to the women's hospital there in Philadelphia itself. And finally, after all the tests, she was diagnosed with tuberculosis. Okay, here we call it as TB, a disease in which the lungs got affected and other parts of the body also got affected because of this disease. But fortunately, her disease hadn't yet reached to her lungs, but her doctors advised her to go back to India because it was a very difficult situation for her by that time, and the weather was not supportive to her health. So that's why when she was diagnosed with the tuberculosis, her doctors advised her to move back to India. Okay, her return to India. After her return to India, what happened with her? Let us see in paragraph number 9. The journey back home took a further toll on Anandi Bai's health as doctors on the ship refused to treat a brown woman. On reaching India, she stayed at her cousin's place in Pune to receive treatment from a renowned Ayurvedic specialist. He, however, refused to treat her as, according to him, she had crossed the boundaries of society. Finally, on February 26, 1887, frustrated that all her achievements were in vain, Anandi Bai succumbed to her disease at the age of 22. She was mourned throughout India. Her ashes were sent to Mrs. Carpenter, who wanted to place them in her family cemetery in Poughkeepsie. Okay, so here toll means damage resulting from something. The journey back home took a further damage on Anandi Bai's health, and the doctors who were present on the ship while returning back to India, they refused to treat a brown woman. Okay, again they showed some sort of ill treatment. After that she reached India. After that she stayed at her cousin's place in Pune because there was a renowned Ayurvedic specialist over there. They wanted to treat her the doctor, one of the Ayurvedic specialists, he refused to treat her. The reason, according to him, she had crossed the boundaries of society. That means she, in spite of facing all the opposition, she traveled abroad. She crossed the boundaries of the society. As I told you, the women were not allowed to get higher education, and she went abroad to get higher education to become a doctor, right? So that's why this particular doctor refused to treat Anandi Gopal only because of this silly reason here. Okay. Finally, on February 26, 1887, frustrated that all her achievements were in vain. Here, frustrated means prevent from succeeding. So in spite of all her struggle, all her hard work, she became a doctor, but she was unable to get the treatment for her disease. She was frustrated because of that, and in vain means here without success. She did not get success in her life as a doctor. She died at the age of 22. Okay, at the age of 22. So before that only she became a doctor. She achieved her dream. Okay. She was mourned throughout India. Her ashes were sent to Mrs. Carpenter, who wanted to place them in her family cemetery in Puffdipsea here. Okay, here cemetery means a large burial ground. So much of love Mrs. Carpenter was showing, and she wanted to keep the ashes of Anandi Gopal in her family cemetery. Such type of bonding she had with the Anandi Gopal here. Okay. Now the last paragraph, paragraph number 10. Anandibai's efforts, however, were not in vain. To this day, she is an inspiration to Indian girls from all walks of life. She enables us to believe that whatever our situations and circumstances, nobody's dreams are unachievable, and that each of us has the potential to achieve whatever we wish to. Today, the Maharashtra government has a fellowship in her name for young women working on women's health. So Anandibai's efforts, however, were not in vain. In vain, what I said the meaning? Without success. Did not go in vain, did not go without success. To this day, she is an inspiration. She is an inspiration till today to many of Indian girls who wanted to achieve something in their life. She is the best example till date for all those girls, for all those women out there who wanted to fulfill their dreams or who wanted to achieve something in their life. Okay, she enables us to believe that whatever our situations and circumstances, so many difficulties will come before us, appear before us. Circumstances here, circumstances means conditions. Okay. Maybe poverty, or maybe we are not getting enough opportunities. We have to create opportunities to move further, move forward in our life. So nobody's dreams are unachievable, and that each of us has the potential to achieve whatever we wish to. We have all the abilities, all the potentials to fulfill our dreams. Maybe we face so many difficulties, the condition may be very worst, but no dreams are unachievable. We have that potential or abilities to achieve or to fulfill our dreams, our goals or our wishes. Okay. Today, the Maharashtra government has a fellowship in her name for young women working on women's health. Young women who are working on women's health, the Maharashtra government are giving a fellowship to them to work more on that. Okay, so all such things we learned in our today's class. Okay, on this lesson. Okay, Anandi Gopal is the best example for all of us to achieve our dreams in spite of so many difficulties or problems. Okay, so I hope all of you understood this lesson well. Read the lesson, you can understand it in a better way. Okay, now let us learn, or let us move on to some questions here. Okay, you have to give answer to yourself. Think and answer. Here your first question is, Anandi was diagnosed with the, your options are temperature, cold and cough or tuberculosis? Okay, Anandi was diagnosed with, your answer is tuberculosis. Okay, question number 2. Mrs. Carpenter helped Anandi to pursue her studies by hosting her in USA, offering her a scholarship, or providing her a room. What is your answer? Mrs. Carpenter helped Anandi to pursue her studies by hosting her in USA. She hosted her, supported her, showed love to her. Okay. So your third question is, the college room provided to Anandi had no doors or windows, did not have a fireplace, did not have a proper fireplace. What is your answer? There is a confusion here, B and C. The college room provided to Anandi did not have a proper fireplace. There was a fireplace, but it was not proper. It was emitting lot of smoke. Okay, so these are the 3 questions. I hope you understood this also. And again, I am telling you, children, you have to read the lesson once or twice. Thank you.